Hello everyone, welcome to all in video number 3. Today we are going to discuss theme of the poem Evolution written by Sherman Alexie. Alexie uses Buffalo Bill is significant and very important symbol that it embodies imagery and reaction from both white Americans and Native Americans. Buffalo Bill is historically significant character in that he was known to help civilize the West. He was prominent in that sense. However, in this poem, Sherman Alexie uses Buffalo Bill as a symbol that embodies America, namely American government and white people in their ideas and most importantly their action. Though poem Alexei manages create an extended metaphor that highlights the deceit that American government played against the Native American community and the subsequent obsession of identity, land, and self identification that they endure. Although this poem is written in historical light, what occurred in the Native American community is still affecting them to this day. Indeed, the Native American people are still suffering from the Buffalo Bills of today, also known as American government is oppressing laws and people. Native Americans are in a current oppressed state because they had their land, their culture, tradition, and most importantly, their sense of self identity systematically taken away from them by the white Americans. It is well known fact that Native American people had their land taken away from them by the European settlers that came here in America in 17th century. It's a tale that many children hear in their history classes. But what many of them don't know and what American government is not teaching in their classes is the way in which their lands have been taken away. There is no doubt that there have been some violent struggle for land between Native Americans and European settlers. But what is not shown is how many tricks are used to steal their lands from them. The main trick that was used by the white Americans to get Native Americans land, that introduction of alcohol. The European knew about alcohol's ability to create addiction, intoxication, and impair a person's mind. So they used this alcohol as a tool to take away valuable things, land from the Native Americans. Sherman Alexie illustrates this point when he writes the poem Evolution. In the story of Buffalo Bills opens up a pawn shop on the reservation right across the border from the liquor store. Buffalo Bill knows that Native Americans cannot resist alcohol and systematically sets up a shop right across the liquor store so that Native American people will feel tempted to go to the liquor store after pawning their jewelry, television sets, VCRs, and buckskin outfits. He manages to make money from them, taking everything they have to offer him. But we don't see how Native American people benefited from this. Another thing worth noting is that Buffalo Bill stays open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sherman Alexie is showing how those who are plotting against the Native American don't care a break. They seek to gain profit in any way they could at any time of the day. Little by little, the Americans, means Native Americans, began to lose their have. They have lost their lands, their self identity. A dynamic shift can be seen in what Native American people began to pawn to the Buffalo Bill. They start off with pawning material goods such as jewelry, electronic gadgets. This is symbolize the land that was given to the American government by the Native Americans for the consume liquor. But then we begin to see how artifacts of their culture are pawned away. Once all of material belongings have been given away, Sherman shows the Native Americans panning their pawns, their hands, saving the thumbs for last, their skeletons falling endlessly from the skin. The Native American people began to sell their own body parts, but it doesn't stop there. When everything, including physical bodies, they have been lost, the last Indian pawns everything but his heart. Buffalo Bill takes that for 20 bucks. This is shown that how after the Native Americans lost everything to American government, they ended up giving up their hearts. Heart, here heart is can be read as a core of the Native Americans identity. The fact that Buffalo Bill put a monetary value on heart of Native American show the lack of respect the American government had for the Native American as a people. To the American government, the identity of Native Americans was an atom that they sought to profit from. We can still see this today that white Americans exploits the Native Americans. So thank you so much. This is all about the themes of poem Evolution written by poet Sherman Alexie.